cars.
No, I'm filming public property.
No, you're filming cars.
I'm filming. No, that's what you're presuming.
Well, I've just been
I can
told.
film whatever I can see in public.
I've just been told you're filming private cars. You're right.
Afternoon. How are you?
I'm fine.
Good. Could you identify yourself as well for me, please?
Why?
Well, you've come in and you've approached me.
Yeah.
So it's in your policy to actually identify. Okay, and failure to identify will result in retraining. Okay, so I'm asking you properly to identify yourself, please, sir.
Yeah, okay, fine. So why are you sitting here?
No, if you can identify yourself first, and then we will carry on with a conversation.
I think there's times where I have to identify myself.
Yeah, you do.
And there's times
Yes, you do. Yes, you do.
Of you recording here?
So you're
Okay.
basically coming down here just to try and provoke some sort of confrontation. Is that just...
No, I'm filming public property. That's what you're presuming, okay? Don't make a presumption on what I'm doing.
What is your reason for...
Okay? Well, first of all, identify yourself properly.
I can see Barton Croydon Police Station.
Okay? And your shoulder number, please.
It's on my shoulder, you can see it.
No, not everyone can read numbers. That's why I'm asking
Can you
you
not?
to say it.
Do you need help with that?
Well, why do you think I'm asking you to say it? No, I'm asking you to say it, please, sir.
That's what I say.
Okay, so people that can't read numbers, that's all what you do.
Well, anyway.
Okay, that's why I'm asking you if you can actually say what your actual shoulder number is, please.
I can do anything, sir.
But you won't do that.
Don't need to.
Okay, so you don't need to.
No,
Okay?
you don't need
You're
to
quite
be-
arrogant.
Welcome back, folks. Today's case takes us right outside a police station where things get tense, fast. A citizen auditor stands on public property with his camera, testing the boundaries of accountability. Two officers approach, and what starts as a polite exchange quickly spirals into accusations of arrogance, misuse of legal powers, and even the threat of arrest. On one side, we have Claude, calm but persistent, demanding officers identify themselves properly, something that should be routine. On the other, we see officers reluctant to follow their own guidelines, instead shifting focus toward accusations of provocation. This encounter will raise big questions about free press, transparency, and how far police powers can stretch when they're challenged.
That's what you're presuming.
What's the purpose of you filming this?
It's a public building.
Yeah, but some of these are private cars.
I can film whatever I can see in public.
Indeed.
Well, why do you do that?
Well, it makes no difference why I do it.
Why
It makes no difference why I do it.
Well, it does.
What it does
No,
is
it doesn't.
these people that like to provoke confrontation.
No, that's
So
what
you
you're
stick a video
presuming.
online and monetise
That's what
it.
you're presuming.
You just
okay?
monetise a video,
That's what
isn't
you're
it?
presuming.
No, you're one of these other... Many,
Yeah,
many
really.
bullshit
And you're
people
one of these absolute turds, okay, that literally think that you can bully the public, speak to them the way
not
you
bullying
want,
anything.
failure to actually identify yourself properly, and we actually pay
And
for
you've gotta
meatheads
sort
like
this
you.
out.
We pay for
You've come to
meatheads
the
like
police
you.
station to provoke this
We pay for
confrontation,
no.
haven't
You approach me. Let's get it right. You approach me. You
You've
approach
come to the
me.
police station because
You
you want this
approach me.
confrontation.
You approach
Where have
me
you
to
travelled
get it
from to get this
correct.
confrontation?
Makes no difference where I've come from.
How far have you gone?
Makes
Just
no
have an argument with a police
no,
officer.
you've come to me.
reason?
You've come to
I've
me.
come to you to find out
yeah,
why
but
you're
you're the
recording
turd
police
that came to me.
you
Okay,
stop
to get it
calling
right.
them turds?
I'm doing nothing wrong by calling him a turd.
Stick with me, because this one is going to test your patience, your sense of justice, and maybe even your definition of what counts as antisocial behavior. Right here, the tension really shows. Claude asks for a shoulder number to be spoken aloud, a small, reasonable request, especially for people who might not be able to read it. Instead of a professional response, we get resistance and dismissiveness. Think about that for a second. A simple ID check, something officers are trained to provide, suddenly turns into a standoff. This isn't about filming anymore. It's about attitude.
I will point as much as I want.
Well, it's a bit aggressive. Isn't
Okay.
it? No one's been
No.
aggressive to you.
No,
You've come
you
out to make sure
come,
that
you
you're
come in,
okay
and you
and
two
you're
are both
safe.
pushing me closer and closer to this curb. Okay, so I'll actually ask you
You
to
were
take
stood
a
on the
step
road a
back.
minute ago.
No, I won't. Not when you approached me. No, I was not.
You were. You
So
were
I'll
on
ask
the
you
road.
to take a step back if you wouldn't mind, please, sir, and then I can move forward from the curb. Thank you.
There you go.
Thank you very much.
Safer now, do you?
Okay.
Why now? There's a car coming.
I'm perfectly fine now.
Brilliant. Right, now why are you stood outside the
It
back
makes
of
no
the police
difference
station
why I'm here. I'm filming
back
public
there?
property,
Yeah, but you're also filming private cars.
and I'm doing nothing wrong.
But why do you need to do that?
No, if they get caught
Where
in
does
it,
this
I'm
filming
filming
go?
public property. It makes no difference
Well,
what I
it
do with it. No, it does not.
That's to me.
No, it does not.
around
Well,
in
then you
circles.
should not have approached me. Okay, you got this meathead here, okay, and he is a complete meathead and
You're
should
kind of-
not be anywhere near the public.
Why is that?
Your abusive
Okay.
tone is getting kind of irritating, sir.
Yeah? Well, you're irritating.
I know, but
you're
being kind
irritating.
of abusive, and that. of
I'm
course,
not being
is.
abusive.
You threaten me.
I haven't threatened you at all.
No, sorry,
How
not
have I threatened you?
Quite right. You haven't.
Tone, and who gets to control the narrative. Officers often stress the importance of mutual respect, but here the courtesy doesn't go both ways. The reluctance speaks volumes about transparency. Here's where the cracks widen. Instead of addressing the request for ID, the officer shifts the narrative. You're provoking. Classic deflection. It's the equivalent of saying, "You're the problem because you dared to question me." Notice how fast the script flips. Claude insists he's done nothing wrong, while the officer frames him as a nuisance. This kind of interaction highlights the imbalance of power. The citizen must explain themselves in full detail, while the officer can brush off identification as optional. And then, boom, Claude fires back, calling the officer a turd.
In the office of duty, no, you cannot.
I can.
No, you cannot, because you've got to. You've got to expect. No, you've got to expect language, okay, and saying turd, okay, is in the actual English dictionary. So look it up. Look it up.
Stop being abusive.
Look it up, okay. Turd is not abusive. Turd is not abusive.
Names. You say it's not a rude word. However, the definition of turd is a rude word for someone who you think is unpleasant. I'm not doing business with that little turd as an example. Okay? So it clearly is a rude word.
Yeah, so but it's not a swear word. But it's not swear word.
It's not a swear.
Yep, and you have to expect that.
You are calling me names.
Yeah,
which does now.
Okay,
order
so
offense.
you can
It also is
public order. Okay, so who? So you can.
Behaviour.
You cannot actually. You cannot actually.
Under Section 50 of the Police Reform Act,
Okay.
I'm going to require to provide me
Right.
details.
So then, here's the question for you. Under Section 50, then.
Of the Police Reform Act,
under Section
if you
50,
don't
you've got
give me
to
the
have
details-
proof. No, you've got to have proof.
If you don't provide me your details, you can be arrested for it.
Okay, go for it.
Not the best choice of words, but pay attention. The name-calling becomes the focus, pushing accountability right out the door. This is the turning point. A light insult, turd, is suddenly reframed as abuse and even a threat. Think about that escalation. One word shifts the entire conversation. In policing, professional standards exist precisely because officers are expected to face criticism without overreacting. Instead, the officer takes it personally and doubles down. Instead of answering the original transparency questions, we've now moved into a dispute about language. Was it rude? Sure. Was it unlawful? Not even close. This is a textbook example of how power can be used to steer attention away from accountability and onto something far less significant.
Correctly in Section 50,
name,
and what part of Section 50 are you using, please?
What's your name?
What part of Section 50 are you using?
We're not going to have a keep.
What part of Section 50 are you using, please?
We're not going to have a keep conversation.
Well, no, you need to tell me what part of Section 50 you're using for. No, you haven't. You just said Section 50.
I'm requiring your details.
Okay, so where's the antisocial behaviour?
You stand here constantly calling us names.
That's not antisocial behaviour.
It will be for me.
Well, for you, okay, you can't be the arresting officer.
I can.
Okay, nor can you, because you're directly involved.
You haven't been.
You're directly involved.
So, are you going to provide your details or not, sir?
I'm not going to provide anything because I've done nothing wrong.
So
you can be guilty of an offence if any person is arrested.
The fund to provide their true name and address may be arrested on the stand. Arrest provisions of the Police and Criminal Act 1984.
Okay.
Okay.
Are you going to provide your details?
I have reason to believe that you're acting in an antisocial manner.
Yeah, and where is that antisocial behaviour? No, I'm not.
Well, you are. You're swearing.
No, I'm not.
You're swearing.
I'm not
Calling us
swearing.
names.
Let's get it right. Turd is not swearing.
You're standing in
Turd
the
is not
street,
swearing.
constantly using
What you
two people.
believe and what actually is the law is different.
Are you in a public place?
Okay? I'm in a public place.
Are you being
Is there
offensive?
members of the public here?
Yes.
They don't need to
Where?
be.
Where?
We are members of the
Where?
public.
No, you're not. You're an officer.
Yes.
Okay,
Oh,
you're
I'm
an
a member
officer.
of the public.
No, you're an officer. No, you're not a member of the...
Now, Section 50 enters the scene. For those unfamiliar, Section 50 of the Police Reform Act 2002 allows officers to demand personal details if they reasonably believe someone is acting in an antisocial manner. But here's the catch. Antisocial behavior means harassment, alarm, or distress to the public. Key word, public. Not officers, not employees doing their job, members of the public. In this video, there's no distressed bystander, no alarm raised, no harassment beyond some sharp words. So when the officer leans on Section 50, it starts to look like a misuse of power, aimed more at forcing compliance than protecting anyone.
Now?
I'm not trying
Yeah,
to
you
do
did,
anything.
okay, and you
I'm
still
required
haven't
to provide
put. Well, what you actually require, I require a superior officer as my actual legal right. So I've asked you to actually get a sergeant or an inspector to come
One
out.
thing at a time.
Okay, well then you
Are
do
you
that
providing
first, and
details?
then we'll move forward from there.
Are you providing details
Okay,
or not?
I told you no.
No. Okay, fine. So at this point, then I'm going to have to arrest you for breaching Section 50, aren't I?
Okay, go
You
for
already
it.
have to do it.
It's your choice, not mine.
Well, no, it's your
It's
choice to
your
provide
choice.
details on
No,
this.
I don't need
Section 50 of the
to,
police
because I've done nothing wrong.
We do have the powers.
I've done nothing wrong. I've asked you to produce where the member of the public is, okay, for the antisocial behaviour, okay? You cannot be the arresting officer for that if you are the one that you were saying that it was against, right? And that is what the law is,
Do you not listen to it?
okay? I'm talking to you, he's reading out whatever, I was talking to you. In this day and age of what?
There was a lot of issues.
Like what?
Security.
Okay,
You've
and
got
as I said,
terrorism,
is the building
you've got
secure?
domestic terrorism.
Is the building secure?
People are filming, cameras, gates, key locks.
I'm filming public
cars
property.
coming in and out, private cars coming in and out.
Okay.
Not all police vehicles.
I try not to get
private
private
cars
cars.
are
I try not to get private
You don't
cars.
know what a private
well,
car
it makes
is
no
at home.
difference. Well, if it gets caught, I'm still doing nothing wrong.
I mean, you could quite easily have stood out on the pavement and done
Well,
it.
I can stand exactly.
This part is fascinating. The officer actually says, "We are members of the public." Legally, that's shaky ground. When acting in an official capacity, police aren't treated as regular members of the public under laws like the Public Order Act. They're held to a different standard, one that expects thicker skin and higher tolerance for criticism. By redefining themselves as the public, the officers stretch the meaning of Section 50 to justify their actions. It's a clever rhetorical move, but one that doesn't hold much legal weight. And Claude knows it. His pushback is steady, factual, and cuts through the spin. Now notice the shift. The officer leans into the safety angle. Terrorism, security risks, cars going in and out. This is a classic pivot when the legal footing is weak. It changes the discussion from
That would be the front office.
Okay,
You're
and
not
exactly here, and exactly here.
But
If I
it's a little
weren't,
bit dangerous. You've got cars coming in and out.
makes no difference.
And
I'm
you've got
standing
private
on the
cars
pavement,
coming in and out.
and
There is no
your
policing
point is
purpose
what?
for you to be here, is there?
Okay, I'm entitled to stand here
What's your
and to
lawful
film.
purpose for being here?
Okay, filming in public is completely lawful.
Absolutely. However,
Okay,
you're
so
going into
that's why,
a police station.
and that is completely lawful
Well, why do you need to do that?
because it is lawful.
It's not really.
It is law. It's not.
You-
Okay,
you
right. I'm
lawful.
just,
It may
just
be
so you know,
lawful.
I'm just going to go into my bag for a minute, just to pull something out
It may
for
be
the both of you.
lawful, but again,
Okay.
what
Don't you bring out
to do
anything
it.
silly and
Okay.
something.
No, that's why. That's why I was telling you like, what I was doing.
Well,
Okay.
a lot of people have done that and pulled knives out.
Right. There you go, sir.
Who is this?
Okay. And you'll actually see what it actually states, that I'm completely lawful to actually film any police officer, any property of the police, okay, any station, anything.
Yeah.
To plod or not to plod?
How you doing, buddy?
How you doing, mate? You alright?
Yeah, not bad.
What are you doing today?
Good, not too bad.
So he is doing those videos then?
YouTube, yes.
I don't need to identify myself.
Police stations, knowing
I don't
that we're
need
gonna
to
come and
identify
speak to you
myself.
so you can monetize a video.
I don't need to identify myself. You
That
tried to
presumption
abuse.
is- we were
You
correct
tried to
then.
abuse Section
We were
50.
correct, weren't we?
You tried
We
to
were
abuse.
correct.
No, I was
We were
correct
correct,
because
weren't we?
you
We were
tried to
correct.
abuse your powers.
You've come
You
here
tried
just
to
to get a
abuse
video
your
that you can
powers.
monetize, haven't
You
you?
tried to abuse your powers. This is why we
Give you
do
the
this.
opportunities.
You can see the way that the other officers went and the sergeant. So yeah, what I'll do is I will put those complaints in, there's no doubt about that. Altogether, I believe that I've got 14 complaints all going through at this moment in time.
what's lawful to what feels suspicious. But suspicion without a specific offense isn't enough. Filming public buildings is lawful, period. The auditor even clarifies he tries to avoid filming private cars, showing awareness of privacy concerns. Still, the officers push back as if discomfort equals illegality. This blurring of lines between personal unease and actual law is exactly why auditors film in the first place. So, what did we just witness? A citizen, calm and persistent, testing the limits of transparency outside a police station. Officers, instead of sticking to clear policy, shifted gears, from dismissing ID requests to escalating a minor insult to citing Section 50 without strong grounds. The big takeaway? Laws meant for genuine antisocial behavior were stretched to cover personal offense, and discomfort was treated as if it were a crime. This isn't just about one exchange. It's about accountability, professionalism, and the